Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament of the Hebrew Bible, the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version to write the book of Zion. So, if you want to check me out and know where I'm coming from, you need to go to King James. He's my great great uncle. 19th, 20th, something like that. Anyway, today's episode is what I call the temple complex. It is about how I can justify my last episode, where I'd said that I don't believe in money. This episode, the temple complex, is my proof that money's not necessary. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to free yourself from money, especially if you're poor, because this takes a very, very little investment. It only takes cooperation. That's the name of the game. Cooperation. So, I'm going to explain to you what we call the temple complex at the Temple of Zion. It was a plan that we came up with to how to free us from the use of money. And it begins very basically. It's actually very basic. The first, look at your budget. How much of your budget do you spend on how much of the things that you need? The first problem you have is food. Everybody has to eat. And a lot of our income goes towards food. So, think about people you know, people in your neighborhood. I bet you know at least one person who is a genius when it comes to planting stuff. They have a green thumb a mile long, they can make anything grow. Okay? You recruit that person. A very important person. That person uses the yard space in the neighborhood of anybody and everybody who's cooperating to provide enough food for the entire complex. The complex is everybody in the organization that you're going to create. I call it a temple complex because it was based on the Temple of Zion. And because I'm Zion. That's my temple. This is how it works. Okay. So, the person who is a gardener goes to their gardener's supply place and buys renewable seeds. Seeds that germinate new seeds. They're more expensive for a reason. Corporate America doesn't want you to be able to grow your own plants. You have to pay extra for that. They want to sell you cheap plants that will not create more seeds. Don't be fooled. Buy the more expensive ones. You only need one pack of each, as opposed to an endless supply of those. So you get the ones that are more expensive that say on them that they will germinate new seeds. Now you have a perpetual supply of food lasting forever. That person plants a garden for everybody in the group. Now everybody in the group includes the following people. Daycare, another major source of income depletion. How much of your money goes to the babysitter? You all know that there's at least one person in your neighborhood who's a genius when it comes to kids. That person, the kids flock to in droves. You recruit them. They're the first person probably, besides the gardener, to quit their regular job. But they provide. It's like you're gonna provide them short term with what they need to get things going, and then long term, you're not gonna pay them. You're gonna barter. You're gonna pay them in other things. So the daycare provider provides free daycare for the community in exchange for everything that person needs in order to survive. Food from the garden. You have a mechanic in the neighborhood. Y'all know a mechanic. You recruit the mechanic. He fixes your vehicles, but he also changes those gasoline engines to electric engines. Because once you start generating your own electricity, you'll never need another gas station again. Your transportation will be set. You've got a tinkerer in your neighborhood, somebody who can take and fix anything that's broken. He can take one thing and make it into another, and bam, whatever you need, he can make it. He can do things like taking a regular ceiling fan and making it into a wind turbine generator to provide your household with electricity. Now, he can make, with enough material, he can make enough windmills, wind turbine generators, to provide the entire community with electricity. Think of how much your electric bill is every month. Now, you need an electrician and a plumber. They do all of their work for all of the services that you provide. Now, each of these people is going to have help. So what you do is you recruit the young kids who have nothing to do but kill each other and fight over territory, trying to provide for their families. You recruit them. You get them to learn your trades so that when you are ready to retire, they're ready to take over. Okay? That gives them something to do that will give them a sense of purpose, accomplishment, and hope. Now, once you get these people in there, you've got abilities. You've got the means to go outside and get other things. Now, we've taken care of your vegetables, but if you've got a mechanic, an electrician, a plumber, a tinkerer, and labor force, you can get a hold of somebody you know out in the country who knows somebody who has livestock, and you can barter goods and services for produce, creating your own viable meat. Now, you're going to have to find a butcher to butcher your meat for you. But do you see where I'm going with all this? You can provide for yourself within your own community. And anything that you're lacking, you can go to the internet and learn. Say, how to cobble shoes, how to make material. It's like find somebody who would think that who wouldn't mind learning how to run a loom, so that you can create your own fabric from the sheep that your people are going to be helping to raise out in the country, bartering for that food. In a very short period of time, you will have freed up enough of your income to have upgraded everything that you have. Get those things you always wanted and never could afford. And then you'll still have money to burn. Now you take that money and you invest it in the community, buying the things that you can't buy, that you can't make. Like, say, a refrigeration unit for the entire community. Property for a temple. It's a proper temple complex where you can operate all this stuff. And the proper motivation for people like healers and doctors and professionals to want to come in. Because some of them might be interested in this kind of thing. And this kind of thing is already going on the internet. I used to sell fireworks at a stand outside of Omaha. And the guy who I worked for ran his whole business. Like half his business was barter because he works with a network like that. So this is already a viable thing that is happening. But what I'm suggesting is that people do this in their own communities where they are with what they have, freeing themselves of the monetary system completely in, say, the course of maybe 5 years. It's going to take a little bit of time and it's going to take effort, but it's doable. We don't need money. All we need is skills. So, create for yourself a temple complex, or a community complex, or a whatever you want to call it. Call it what you will. A commune, whatever. But take your inner city neighborhood that has no hope because the government doesn't give a crap. And with mutual cooperation, supersede the government. Take care of yourself. They don't care. They only care about corporate America. If you haven't noticed, you can get your kids to stop killing themselves if you give them an avenue of hope, the means to create a better lives for themselves and their loved ones. Because I guarantee you, every single one of my people who are in a gang are in that gang trying to provide for their loved ones, trying to protect their loved ones, trying to make a better life for their loved ones. So instead of killing each other, let's give them a complex organization where they can learn a trade, be part of a community that they love and care for already. They're already motivated. They're so fucking motivated, they're killing each other for it. So stop killing each other, people, and start working together to free yourself of money. Because money is the big evil. Money is the problem. And money will never fix this society. Mutual cooperation. Going back to the basics. That is what will create a better society. So, you can live by money and you can die by money. Or you can get together with everybody you know and everybody in your neighborhood. And you can stop the madness. The madness that is that fucking almighty dollar. That mighty, mighty peso. That whatever it is. Whatever your country calls it. It's not necessary. It's nothing but a rich man's game. A trap for the poor. Not real. Not necessary. We don't need it. So, find a gardener, plant a garden. Find a nanny. Have your kids taken care of by somebody who actually gives a shit about your kids in the neighborhood where they live. And recruit all of the people you need to make your life better. Every person that you put into your complex enriches the lives of the entire group. So, until the next time, may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you from all harm, and teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Be the joy, people. Spread the joy. Create a complex of your own. Stay happy and high if you use drugs. Know that you have every right and reason to. You are the righteous one. Know that I love you. I will will see you soon. Later, because I'll never say goodbye.